Nobody, baby. All right.
Wow.
All right, let's do this.
Feels good.
Feels good to be
comfortable.
back. Feels so good to be back. I'm sniffing in the dirt and dust, and we
like,
decided not to wipe it down.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
It's clean, bro. It's clean. I wiped down some of it.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Media Mixtape podcast. It is your boy, Obi Jack, and sitting next to me with his bionic fucking knee.
Sitting upright.
Josh G. We're back in the fucking studio, bro.
Yeah, man.
We're back in the studio.
This is exciting, actually. I haven't really yet. There you go. Get the applause. Get the applause
going.
We got everything's back. Like, everything's back normal. The audio quality is back.
Yes.
Obviously, the visuals are back.
Josh could scream as much as he wants to now.
Yeah, I can actually be my lips to the mic, making out with the mic. Like, I missed you. I missed you, baby girl. But yeah, no, I was joking right now before we did the intro. Like, we didn't really dust everything off, so it feels genuine. You know, we're back into like this.
This is
where it was when we left it.
We're getting the dust off right now.
It's been here for I don't know how long. I'm just kidding. I just brought it. But anyways, yeah, man, it just feels good to be back. My knee's feeling better and good enough for me to drive now and walk around and not be on crutches and stuff. Obviously, if you guys are watching on YouTube, I have this crazy, huge post ACL surgery knee brace.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm getting around and moving around. My knee looks a little swollen. It is a little swollen. But yeah, I'm getting back to it. Excited to be back. It feels good, man.
Yeah, it does feel fucking good. This is, I mean,
it feels like the last few pods have been like, we put effort into them. We talked and we had a good time.
Yeah.
But it almost felt like just not the same.
We've made such a big investment into like this whole thing. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of time and effort put into our background and buying our new fucking sound system.
Our studio in general, yeah.
Yeah, so it sucks when we're not able to use it. So very happy to be here. Finally.
Yeah, and we got a huge episode for you guys for a little comeback tour of us being back here in the studio. As you can tell by the title, we're going to be reviewing the movie, Jordan Peele's third official movie, I guess you can call it. Nope,
yeah.
Which is super exciting because obviously we loved Get Out, which I think everyone loved Get Out. Us was a little bit more of a mixed reviewed thing. I think everybody's on
the same boat of like, it was good.
It was good. It was really good, if anything. It
wasn't Get Out.
Yeah, it wasn't Get Out, which is hard to compare. And also it was to me very confusing. Now, a buddy of mine, I told him this recently because we were talking about, obviously, I'm going to go see Jordan Peele movie and review it. We were bringing it up and I was like, yeah, my thing is like, it was a little too confusing to like, there was such a statement made in Us that I didn't really understand everything that was being said. And he was like, yeah, but you don't have to figure everything out. And I'm like, I guess technically that's true. Like, as an audience member, I generally speaking could just be like, I don't know what the fuck that means, but bet, you know?
Yeah,
I still enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
But I like to kind of try to understand what is trying to be said, you know? And so that's why I think I liked Us a little bit less than like Get Out. Both movies are great, though. We were kind of like, okay, here's the third one. Let's see how we feel about this one. And now we're going to sit here and talk about it later in the episode. I'm super excited to hear what Jake has to say about it.
Yeah.
Because Jake's more of the movie critic than I am.
And I was super hyped to see it. So we'll definitely talk about it a little bit later. Obviously, the biggest news of the week, San Diego Comic-Con, was, you want to do music first or you want to do...
Let's do music first, but we could talk about the fact that Comic-Con happened. We'll talk about that in a bit before we get
Marvel
into
was back in Hall H, which is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Hall H is the infamous, when they started dropping the first Iron Man trailers and all that stuff. Like,
it feels like every time that Marvel is there, it's almost like the new iPhone dropped.
Yeah.
When Steve Jobs used to go up and speak about the phones, you know?
Especially now.
It's like that's what it's like, you know? There's so many fans there and content creators are there and they're talking about it.
I was getting, because I follow DR Movie News, I follow Culture Crave on Twitter, which is great. We get a lot of our news from there, so shout out to those pages. But I was getting like T-5 minutes, T-3 minutes, like it was cool.
It's become its own thing, and obviously everyone has their own niche in the world and stuff, but like it's super dope to see, like, in my opinion, even though I have been getting a little bit tired of comic book movies and things like that, it's so dope to see people who are such fans, because there are crazy fans out there, like people who just love comic books and movies and these shows and stuff, to see people have this like thing they can go to.
Yeah.
To just like let it all out and just it's their event. This is the event of the year.
It's like
for
you
people
said,
who love comics and movies.
When we went to the Cowboys game for Thanksgiving last year.
Yeah.
Most of the year, you're like, yeah, you can't really relate to anybody. But if you're a comic book fan and you go to Comic-Con, everybody there is equally a fan as you are.
And so when I'm here, like for me, I'm a Cowboys fan in Los Angeles. If you guys don't know sports, the Dallas Cowboys play in Dallas. So as a Los Angeles Dallas Cowboys fan, yeah, to be fair, there are a lot of Cowboys fans out here, but there's a fair share of people who you go to a bar to watch a game or a place to eat to watch the game. Half the bar or restaurant is against your team.
Right.
You know, they don't like the Cowboys.
Right.
And so, you know, you'll get the occasional uncle or friend who like laughs it up with you and jokes with you your team is trash or whatever. But when you go to Dallas, Texas to watch the Dallas Cowboys,
they're on the windows. They're on, you know, they're in every restaurant. There's a Dallas Cowboy themed like food on the menu.
You're rocking a jersey, a hat, a beanie, a sweater. Someone goes, I like your sweater. I like it. At some point in your day, no matter where you're going, someone's going to be like, hey, let's go, babies. Our year this year, you know? So it's super cool. It must be a similar feeling for people who go to Comic-Con of like, this is our world, man. And everyone
this is
loves
what we do and everybody enjoys it.
Everyone loves what we love too. So yeah, we're going to talk about Comic-Con, of course, in a bit. At least for sure, we'll talk about the Marvel releases because that's probably the biggest thing to come out of the weekend.
Yeah.
But first, in the music news side of things, there are a couple upcoming albums and stuff that I wanted to talk about before we get into the big news of the week, which was a couple situations that went down in at Rolling Loud this year. I don't know if you saw the TikTok of this girl who went to. She went.
The Kanye one?
Yeah. We'll talk about it right now. But first, I wanted to say, as of July 22nd, B.O.B. Yes, B.O.B. I haven't heard of B.O.B. since 2010, probably. He apparently dropped an album called Better Than Drugs. I haven't heard it yet, but I think that's something I want to look out for.
Yeah.
Joey Badass dropped an album called 2000. Lil Uzi dropped Red Plus White EP. So a couple albums did drop. I think Mac Miller, Jake said, a mixtape of his dropped that was officially released on streaming platforms called I Love Life, Thank You, which is pretty cool. And then coming up, July 29th, we have Beyonce dropping Renaissance. Now, this is the famous or infamous, if you will, album that's going to drop that apparently is the reason why Drake dropped Honestly Nevermind.
Yeah.
That's the whole rumor and stuff.
Or why he dropped it so early was because he heard Beyonce was coming.
He heard Beyonce was coming with this similar sound, and Drake wanted to do it first, supposedly. So we'll see. Maybe Beyonce drops and it sounds like Drake's album, and we go, maybe Drake was right to do that or whatever, or we just kind of compare the albums, I'm sure, and talk about how good that album's going to be. I'm just excited. It's Beyonce, though. You know, of course, you got to be excited about a Beyonce album.
Always big, for sure.
And then Rolling Loud happened, and the biggest news to come out is that Kid Cudi, while he was on stage, if you guys haven't seen the video, he's on stage performing, and a water bottle gets thrown, and you would think it gets thrown on stage. Whoever threw it, crazy accuracy, they throw it and hit him in the face.
Yeah.
Like, not even like, his arm, leg. They hit him in the face. And so he obviously is upset and says...
And reasonably goes, if you fucking throw another thing on here, I'm gone.
Yeah. I don't think anyone could judge him for being as upset
No, I think everybody was like, who the fuck was throwing shit?
I've always said this. Like, I don't get that mad at things. I don't think I would ever get that mad at anything unless you hit me in the fucking face.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that pisses me off so much.
Like, yo, I'm here for you, bro. Like, I'm here to entertain. You guys paid a gang of money.
I think if I got hit in the leg, I would be less mad than getting hit in the fucking face. That pisses me off so much. Like, I've been like messing around with Jake growing up, whatever, our brothers in general. When I feel a slap to my face, I get so upset.
Something about
I don't know what it is. But yeah, so he gets in the face, super pissed, says, if you throw something else, I will leave.
Right.
And I don't know if you saw the video. I shouldn't laugh at this because it's not funny. Fuck the guy who did it. Mm-hmm. But the video, the way it was edited of like, he's like, if you throw one more fucking thing, I'm done. And it cuts and this dude is literally like just, like he's ready, bro. And right after Kid Cudi says that, he just, boom, yeets a fucking bottle. It's hilarious seeing that. Just the way, the visual of it was
comedically,
funny.
The timing.
The comedic timing was crazy.
Right.
But fuck that guy for throwing the bottle because he throws the bottle and then obviously Kid Cudi goes, all right, I'm gone. And he just leaves.
What's the
point?
What's the point of that? What do you...
You might just not like Kid Cudi, I guess. But if you just don't like his music, you know?
But then fucking to ruin it for everybody. I mean, honestly, bro, if I was there and I saw you throw some shit, I will fuck you up, dude. Honestly.
Because who's gonna be witness to that?
You fucking No, I mean that person
I'm
is
saying,
getting
like,
fucked up by everybody around them.
That's what I'm saying. Because whenever I think about getting in fights and stuff, my thought is always like, it's not worth it, bro. The consequences are not worth the actions.
Right.
But in that situation, who's gonna catch me?
Right.
I'm gonna go.
There are no consequences.
Get a couple swings in, and I'm dipping.
Yeah, it's so fucked up, man. It's so fucked up.
I don't know if I care about Kid Cudi that much enough to be that upset, though.
I think what
but
it
if
is,
it was one of my favorite artists,
for me, is like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah.
To fucking throw some shit at somebody. I agree. I don't care that much about Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
But it's just like, and then I paid how much fucking money to come here?
Yeah, and then plus
I'm
like
dealing with all this bullshit, a gang of people around me, and like.
Plus, Rolling Loud isn't a place, or just in general, festivals aren't places where they can go, oh, it's okay, Kid Cudi left early, let's just let the next guy go up right now. No, It's a whole like, you gotta fucking wait now. For the next 30 minutes.
No, I think Kid Cudi was the final like headliner.
Oh, okay. That's even worse.
Yeah. I think he replaced Kanye, I think.
Yeah, that'd be worse for sure.
I saw a lot of TikToks of like, Kanye was there, but it wasn't Kanye. It was a fake Kanye.
I haven't seen anything like that, actually.
I saw that a couple times.
So I was confused because I heard that Lil Durk brought out Kid Cudi.
Kanye, you mean?
Kanye.
Yeah.
I heard Lil Durk brought out Kanye, and I was confused because I was like, is this a different Rolling Loud that I'm thinking of? Because I thought it was a different. Because I think last year, I don't know if it was Rolling Loud, but last year someone brought Kanye out for like a surprise guest at a festival.
Yeah.
But either way, I found out that this year, I haven't seen anything. I saw the Kid Cudi on stage, and aside from that, I saw someone else post a TikTok that was like rating all these performances, and it was like some pretty good artists like Roddy Ricch, and I think they had Baby Keem was there in that little compilation of videos. I think Kendrick or J. Cole, one of the two, was there too. I think it was J. Cole. So, you know.
Yeah, because I think Kendrick's on tour right now.
I've seen some of those clips, but aside from that, I haven't seen anything else, really. But the biggest, funniest TikTok I saw was sad. I felt bad for the girl. It was.
But it's a joke, right?
No, I think it was all legit. I think the boyfriend was like.
To me, it feels like a joke.
No, so I think the boyfriend was like, she really wants to see Kanye, and that's the only reason why she agreed to come here with me.
Right.
Is that Kanye was performing?
Yeah.
And then he's like, 1, 2, 3. Kanye dropped out 2 days ago.
Yeah.
You would assume she would have heard about it, but maybe she doesn't on social media that much. I didn't even hear that Kanye dropped.
No, I had heard that Kanye dropped out. I thought it just to me seemed kind of like a setup, and then the next TikTok is like
she's in the car.
Yeah, she's like, hey, you know how you wanted to skip Lil Durk to beat the crowds?
Yeah.
He brought out Kanye. She's like, oh, fucking like.
No, I think it was legit because the guy who posted it, he was like, so he did the first TikTok where he's like, yeah, Kanye dropped out. She's sad because that's the only reason why she went there.
Right. She has I think it's a College Dropout, or she has one of the albums on.
Yeah. I think it's College Dropout. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so then it cuts them in the car, and he's like, yeah, you know, he wanted to skip Lil Durk to avoid the crowd. Or, Lil Durk. They just tweeted Lil Durk brought out Kanye, and she got even more sad. And another sad thing was that the guy in the comments, so everyone in the comments like, why would you leave? That's your fault for like wanting to leave with Durk.
Right.
He was like, to be honest, like, yeah, no disrespect to Durk, it's more like we're from Cleveland. We love Kid Cudi, and that was just too much to handle, like him. So that's why I don't think he was the final, because they saw the Kid Cudi situation. They're like, this is just an awful weekend.
Fuck this.
You know what I mean?
No
like,
Kanye.
We don't see Kanye. They fucking throw bottles at Kid Cudi, and I'm from Cleveland because he's from Cleveland.
Yeah.
Fuck that. We're going home. I don't even want to see Lil Durk, and then Lil Durk brings out Kanye. It's like the back
worst
to back
case
to back.
scenario,
Worst case scenario for that girl. So shout out to her. Hope she's having a good day. But yeah. Overall, that was it. Rolling Loud looked pretty cool, though. Some of the performances looked pretty good. I'm just not a big festival guy, so I don't really. Obviously, I'm banged up knee too, so I didn't even think about going. But maybe one of these years I'll start going to those.
I've never been being a big crowd with sweaty people type of person.
I like concerts, but my thing is like when I go see live performances, I want to sing along with the artist. I have less fun when I don't know the words.
Yeah, for sure.
So like. That's to me. That's why I want to go to artists. I only go to concerts when I love the artist.
Because there are people at Rolling Loud that like every artist on that set list they fucking listen to.
Yeah,
I'm just not that person. Sorry.
I would have rocked with some of the stuff. Like if it was
Cudi, like I would rock with Cudi.
If it was that lineup that they had in the TikTok I saw, where it was like Roddy Ricch came out, J. Cole came out, even like what's his name? Playboy Cardi came out.
Yeah.
Even then, I would still rock with Cardi.
Yeah,
like I don't know the words, but I would be like going crazy because he's his beats are always crazy. But yeah, I get you though. It's like
it's just so much hassle for not that much fun.
Yeah. We just are party poopers, bro. I think.
No, I think we're fucking. It just never. It's just not my vibe.
I think that's what it is, bro.
It's funny because was it you? Jake. We're talking about like shoulders, like side to side. Yeah. Okay.
That was leaving though.
But that's my point, though. That whole scenario is not worth the entirety of the festival.
So, quick story: I went to Hard Summer in 2018. I was like,
I think you talked about it last week.
I was like 19 years old, and I had a great time. But leaving the first night I left, it was a 2-day thing. The first night we left, we waited until the last performer performed, and so we left with the crowd.
Right.
And you're walking through a dirt path. It was in Irwindale racetrack, I think.
Yeah.
You're walking through the crowd and everyone's just dragging their feet, tired as fuck, sweaty as fuck.
Yeah.
And the dirt is just kicking up so much that we were like, couldn't breathe unless you had a shirt over your mouth. Like you can't breathe.
Right.
And then it took us, I would say 20 to 30 minutes to go from the stage we were at to go to the exit because we're walking shoulder to shoulder with people, sweaty, and like, it just was like, it was like zombies. Like imagine zombies walking together to go, they're getting funneled in for whatever reason. Yeah. That's how it felt. We were all a bunch of zombies going 2 miles per hour, just shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, bro.
And then we left and we're exhausted. I woke up with just black dirt coming out of my nose in the shower the next morning. Head was pounding probably because I inhaled too much dirt.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I get you. It's not worth
it is kind of
fun that I had.
It was pretty fun. I will say it depends though, because I went to Hard Summer. It's very EDM kind of oriented, right? Like it's very house music, whatever. Yeah. I don't like that kind of music that much. I had a good time the first day, but I was kind of like, I was close to being like, I'll take the L on my money, bro. I might not even go the next day. Yeah. I was tired. My head was hurting. And I was like, I already paid this. My friends are going. Let's just go.
Yeah.
So I went, and I'll say the second day, when I finally got some food in my system, I was there. I kind of just, you get over it, drink more water and stuff, whatever. I wasn't hurting anymore.
Yeah.
My friends pushed to the front row, and like that was better experience being closer.
Right.
And on top of that, I think everyone was cool. That all the performances were cool. But after I had seen Marshmello the day before too. Marshmello's huge. Yeah. And I was like, he's aight. You know what I mean? Like everyone's okay.
Right.
And then they're like, all right, Diplo and Francis is coming up, and you just felt the crowd like we're like waving back and forth. I'm like. Pushing. I'm like, I don't even know where my friends are at this point. It's fucking intense. Everyone's pushing back and forth. Like, it's getting crazy, man. I might have to fucking leave or something, Right, and then Diplo and Francis came out, and it was the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen. Like, their lights their screens were just crazy. They had like race cars on the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And then it's Diplo and Francis. I saw the goats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Perform together.
Right.
So I think like if you go to see something like that, that's when it's a little more worth it. Like if you go to a Hard Summer, but J. Cole's performing at the end of the night, or Kendrick's might come out, or
it had to be a
Drake is coming out.
It would have to be a combination.
Drake's headlining.
Drake's headlining.
Jack Harlow's performing before him.
That would be sick.
Roddy Ricch, Baby Keem.
See, I'm already like, I'm good.
Don Toliver.
Giveon. This is your lineup.
Giveon.
If it was like Giveon, Drake,
why would Giveon be there though?
Party. Miguel.
I mean that's like you're
my lineup
describing
right there,
an ideal
that's my lineup is what I'm saying.
You're describing an ideal dream. You're describing a dream concert. It would take a dream concert.
Drake and Giveon would probably be on the same
No, I get you though. It would have to be. It would have to be.
It would have to be so close towards me.
Yeah, it would have to be pretty closely geared towards you.
Yeah.
For you to be convinced to be like, all right, it's worth.
I'll deal with all that shit.
It's worth the bullshit.
Yeah.
You got to go once though.
I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel with the gang of crowds in COVID.
My homie's dad was saying next year, Miami, Ultra. He's like, let's go. Because we were like playing cards at my homie's house the other day, and they were playing on YouTube the Ultra, like last year's performances or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're just like, fuck, bro. Every fucking DJ, we're like, this is fucking sick, man. He was like, let's go. Miami,
sick.
Next year. And I was like,
that'd be sick, man.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Let's do it. At least try it once,
Yeah.
You're in Miami, have a good time.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see.
More of the story, don't treat Kid Cudi like that.
Yeah, man, don't be treating Kid Cudi like that, man. Don't treat any artist like that. The artist could be awfully bad. I don't even want to boo them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Remember when we went to go see a Drake concert one time? Adlib McConan came out before, like Tuesday had dropped, but Tuesday wasn't popping.
Was it a Drake?
It was
I don't think it was Drake.
It was Drake concert.
No, it wasn't. It was
Drake versus Lil Wayne. Was it?
Was it?
Think so. I think so.
Oh yeah. Okay. I think it was at the amphitheater. You're right. You're right.
I think it was Drake versus Lil Wayne. Jake and I were there. And
I had no idea what Tuesday.
Didn't know who I Love McConan was, and didn't know what Club Going Up. This is like before that was popping. That song came out, but it wasn't popping.
It was popping because like a lot of people in the crowd knew it.
Yeah, it wasn't popping enough to where we got heard it at least. Yeah. So yeah, people in the crowd knew it, but they were booing him before he got to that song.
Yeah,
a little bit, and I wasn't partaking in that. I was like, this guy's trash. Because he was pretty bad.
He was pretty bad, yeah.
But when Tuesday came out, he sounded okay, and then that song obviously is good.
Right.
But yeah, I'm not a fan of like booing artists or like throwing stuff on stage. Like it is what it is, man. Just fucking sit there. You don't like it? All right, I'm not vibing with this. I'm gonna hop on my phone a little bit, and chill, and just kind of.
I agree.
Throwing bottles, man.
They're still human beings at the end of the day. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Moving on to a lot of San Diego Comic-Con, like Josh said earlier, a lot of the big news, anyways. Was from Marvel. We did get a couple trailers. We had Shazam, new Shazam trailer, which was pretty good. We had.
Did you watch it?
Yeah,
I didn't watch it.
So we got a new Shazam trailer for the sequel that's coming out. We got a Black Panther trailer. You didn't watch it, huh?
No, I didn't watch it.
We got
tell me before I watch it.
Yeah.
Jake and I consider maybe doing a reaction live on the podcast, but I don't think that'd be fun for audio listeners. So tell me at least. Don't spoil the trailer for me.
Okay.
How'd you like the trailer?
I really enjoyed the trailer. There's a lot in it.
But you enjoyed it.
But I enjoyed it.
Now.
Because there was like moments where I'm like, what the fuck is that? Who is that?
I don't mind if this is spoiled for me.
What is this person?
Yeah, I don't mind if it's spoiled for me because I just want to be right. I was right on the movie.
We don't know. We don't know.
Does it look like possibly
it looks
I'm
like
right?
Yes.
Okay.
But we don't know for sure.
If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I stated a long time ago.
A long time ago, very long time ago.
Which I mean, it's not.
Yeah, a lot of people
I'm not even
it.
giving my credit.
Yeah,
I'm not giving myself credit.
Yeah.
This is like, it was the obvious. It was the obvious choice. The next Black Panther was going to be his sister Shuri.
Yeah.
So I had said that. Jake was like, no, it doesn't make sense. That's not interesting.
I didn't say it didn't make sense. I just said I didn't like it.
Yeah. And so I don't know why you didn't like it. It was pretty obvious. But yeah, that's what it was. So I just wanted to make sure that I'm correct on that. And so it looks like
it, but we are not sure.
Okay.
She even came out. They did an interview. They asked her, and she's like, "Buy your tickets, buy your tickets." But it's like basically,
yeah. Is Michael B. Jordan somehow in the trailer?
There's a rumor. No, he's not. He's not in the trailer. But there is a rumor that his character will be back,
which is he's probably gonna be in the end credit scene.
It's
gonna be one of those multiverse things where he fucking drops
there's a rumor that he's gonna be heavily involved somehow in the movie.
Okay.
So we'll see. I don't know, like, necessarily if he's alive, because like, obviously in Black Panther, the kind of storyline is like they go to this astral plane and all the ancestors are there. So it's possible that like he's in that situation, but who knows? Josh will watch the trailer. I'll be able to explain it to him further when he watches
Sorry, I haven't seen it, but let us know how you guys feel about it. Before I watch it, it's in the comments, and I'll kind of maybe go through the comments after the podcast and after I watch the trailer and kind of see how everyone else is feeling. But let us know your opinion. Do you like the trailer? Do you not like it? Are you excited about the movie?
Yes.
I'm really, really excited about that, and I think they said pretty much that when Black Panther 2 comes out, that's going to be the end of Phase 4 for Marvel.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken.
Moving into Phase 5, which we'll get into right now,
Which is crazy, by the way, that Kevin Feige just went out and was like, you know what, motherfuckers? Y'all talking all this shit about Phase 4? I was in Hawaii chilling, bruh, taking a vacation. Now we back. Tired of the disrespect.
Yeah.
And he basically dropped the whole fucking Phase 5, right?
Phase 5 and 6. Well, not all of 6. Yeah, a little bit of 6. But some major news. So, starting off with Phase 5 and 6 are going to be called the Multiverse Saga. Now, if you guys don't know, the previous saga was the Infinity Saga. Mm-hmm. We're now moving into the Multiverse
the Infinity
Saga.
Stones, right?
Yes. So that is the official name of this era of Marvel. And Kevin Feige said, you know what, bitch? Fucking taste this, bro.
How do you feel about this multiverse stuff? Obviously, like, I think it's cool. I like it, but I do think so far in Phase 4, they haven't done a great job. They've done a good job introducing it.
Yeah.
They haven't done a great job diving into the multiverse, really.
I think what it is like, I think they really needed, like, we still need to make movies for 2 years or whatever, or a year and a half. But these are just a stepping stone into like are real shit that's going to happen in phase 5 and phase 6.
Yeah, it feels like if you're reading a book, this is chapter 1 of the Multiverse Saga, where it's like you're seeing, okay, Doctor Strange is dealing with multiverse, and this is what it kind of entails.
Right.
This is what we're kind of talking about. Now, we're not going to exactly tell you how many universes there are or what you can expect in different universes or anything like that. It's just kind of just dipping your toes in Doctor Strange in the multiverse, dipping your toes in Spider-Man in the multiverse, dipping your toes in this stuff. So it's like you kind of understand the concept of the multiverse, and then they're going to really, really play with it a lot more when it gets to the later movies.
Right. So we will, like I said, I think they're stepping stones. And once we get into phase 5, I think Black Panther 2 is going to be like, oh shit, we're onto some shit now. And then phase 5 is going to be lit. But I think these past couple movies have been like, we got to put movies out. We're still putting out decent movies, but this next phase 5 and phase 6 are like, we're getting into some crazy shit.
Gonna get some crazy shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, we talked about that before, though. Before these movies came out in phase 4, we were kind of like, okay, I'm excited for Shang-Chi, which ended up being a great movie, but we did kind of feel like, okay, all right about it, you know?
Right.
And all these other movies, like, it was Shang-Chi we were iffy about, Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Man. I think we were excited about it, but we were like, okay. Then all the shows were coming, spin-off TV shows were coming out. We were kind of iffy about all these things before they ended up being released.
Right.
Now we're finished with them. I think aside from Shang-Chi being a really great movie that we thought was, second best of the phase 4 so far, the rest of them kind of been mediocre, which is kind of what we expected. You know,
right.
And we're kind of like, okay, not super exciting stuff yet.
Right.
That we're seeing.
And I think because they have to like finish up some storylines and remember this is what finished with this character and like setting up other stuff.
Yeah.
So that when we get into these next phases, it's going to be sick. So, but speaking of the phases, I'm going to go through phase 5 and phase 6. Phase 5 starts off with Quantumania, Ant-Man and the Wasp, February 17th. Secret Invasion, which I believe is a TV show in spring of 23. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which is confirmed to be the final Guardians of the Galaxy movie. The Guardians of the Galaxy era is done with this movie. So, again, tying up kind of loose ends. Mm-hmm. That kind of era of Marvel is complete.
It's dying off. Yeah, we're starting this new generation. Say goodbye to the old kind of Avengers, really, honestly.
We're getting the TV show Echo in the summer of 2023. We're getting season 2 of Loki in the summer of 23. We're getting the Marvels, which is Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel, which is a TV show right now. I think they're all teaming up, and they're going to team up in the Marvels, July 28th, 2023. We're getting Blade, November 3rd, 2023.
Which is super interesting that this is all kind of tied together, because I felt like Blade is like a complete different universe. So obviously not. But I when I think of Blade, I think of the Wesley Snipes Blade. So it's like, I think that's a complete different universe. So how are they going to twine that together is very intriguing to me. Is he going to be a superhero like Blade, or is it going to be just he's a vampire and he's kind of...
I mean, I don't know. But if anybody can figure it out, it's Kevin Feige for sure. We have Ironheart in 2023, which I also believe was a TV show. Agatha Coven of Chaos, which will be a TV show on Disney+. Daredevil, Born Again, which is also a TV show, which is surprising. 18 episodes, which is more than any show that they've done so far. Charlie Cox will return as Daredevil. He did do Daredevil for the... Disney, I think it's Disney or Netflix TV shows. He's going to be coming back reprising his character as Daredevil, but for Marvel.
I haven't seen anything except for him being in Spider-Man. So you watched it though, right?
Yeah, I watched the first season and a half. First season was great. Second season was like, all right. Everybody knows he's Daredevil, and also like, how many times is he gonna fucking get his ass beat and fucking you know? That's like the whole show was like him getting his ass beat and then like healing and then coming back. So
revenge tour.
But Daredevil Born Again will be official Marvel Studios production, so should be better than the show. And the show was great. A lot of people liked that show. There was a favorite show of those Netflix shows. But this one should be a lot better, can connect to the universe more. Moving on, Captain America 4 with Sam Wilson as Captain America, the movie. And then I believe Thunderbolts is also a movie coming out in 2024, July 2024. So that is Phase 5. We did get an announcement on Phase 6 that includes Fantastic Four, which will start off Phase 6, and 2 Avengers movies in 2025, I believe. So
yes, it is interesting. I think there's a lot of people out there who kind of just go, my gosh, 2025, it's so long, But that's the whole thing about them announcing these movies now. It's just kind of what it is now, how comic book movies are. We kind of know what's ahead and what's coming, but it's interesting to me. I like knowing what's coming ahead because I can get excited. I go, oh, well, I'm super excited for... Like right now that he announced that Phase 6 has 2 Avengers movies. I'm excited for those Avengers movies. Yeah. And it's not coming for another 3 years. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now I have something to look forward to in 2025. But for now, I have all these other movies in the meantime to look forward to as well. So what are you most excited about of these
Blade easily.
These movies?
Blade. Like without a question. Like it's not even, there's nothing close to it on the list.
I think I'm most excited about Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four is great. Fantastic Four is I'm excited for that. But Blade is like untouchable. Yeah. Perfect casting. Yeah, Marvel's making it.
Blade is gonna be sick. I just think I'm just so confused on how they're gonna tie it all together. That's what has me iffy about it. But for the most part, I'm pretty excited about everything that's gonna be dropped.
Come on, that's the fucking.
That's cool. I like that. I'm pretty excited about what's going on. I just don't know what to get most excited about.
I think once we get the casting for Fantastic Four, it might jump up to like I'm pretty excited about that one. But
especially if the casting's good.
It's just Blade is so perfectly cast right now, bro, and I'm very excited to see that. So speaking of Blade, it is starting to film in October, so we will be getting it in November of next year. I'm fucking hype. Birthday month. Fucking sick as fuck, bro. But speaking on castings, Brandon Pereira, I think is his name, wants to join the MCU, specifically as Sam Alexander / Nova.
You guys don't know who he is?
Know him. He's from Nope.
He's in the movie
Angel,
Nope.
I believe is his name in the movie.
Yeah, he is the Fry's electronics guy. Yeah. Which is super funny they decided to go with Fry's. I wonder if they did it on purpose, maybe because they're kind of going out of business, or...
I don't know.
Because, there aren't that many Fry's electronics
It's either
anymore.
that or, Best Buy, right? But I don't know.
No,
Fry's...
it's not either that. Fry's is done, bruh.
No, but what I'm saying is, Fry's...
Our local Fry's that we would go to if we ever wanted to go to Fry's, it's done. It shut it down.
No, for sure. But I'm saying...
It's shut down.
What I'm saying is Fry's does, because he does, security cameras in the movie.
Yeah.
Best Buy doesn't really do, security cameras, high-tech stuff. Fry's does, but...
Have you ever gone to Fry's?
Yes.
Okay.
Ghost Town.
Yeah.
Every time I've gone, it's Ghost Town.
Yeah, it's scary. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But also, they do have, pretty much any electronic thing that you need, they do have it. Best Buy not necessarily. Best Buy is video games, TVs,
that's true.
Wash machines.
For fucking air fryers.
But he did say, I do think that is a great casting, but he did say, I need to be there. I hope my performance in what's his hashtag? Hashtag Nope movie proves that I can play a Marvel superhero. That's what I want in my career 100%. I think it's a fucking fantastic casting. If you look at Nova, you go, yeah, he would be fucking perfect in Nope.
Yeah, I think it'd be good. And if you guys, we'll talk about it obviously in a bit, but I thought he did a pretty good job in Nope. So we'll talk about obviously all their performances as we talk about the movie. But yeah, I like him. I'm rooting for him. I think he's a funny guy. I saw him actually on the red carpet talking to what are those dudes' names? The basketball dudes, something World?
RDC World?
RDC World, yeah. He was talking to them, telling them how he's such a fan of them and stuff.
Yeah.
Loves
I thought that was sick because everybody was like, yo, we all watch your shit.
Yeah. They all, those guys are crazy. RDC huge. World is huge in terms of sports parody videos or just videos and parody videos in general, if you guys don't know who they are. But yeah, so he just seems like a cool, genuine guy who's just happy to be where he's at and have these opportunities. So shout out to him, and I would love to see him in the MCU.
Yeah, trying to speak it into existence, which another thing I want to bring up. Kevin Feige has heard Ryan Gosling wants to be Ghost Rider. Quote, Ryan's amazing. I would love to find a place for him in the MCU. Now, we talked about this before because Ryan Gosling had said it, but the fact that we now know that Kevin Feige has that in his head.
Yeah.
I'm like, he has to fucking be.
I think he has to, but at the same time, I think Kevin Feige also knows, hey, man, I just fucking took so long planning. I just told you guys I planned the next 3-4 years of filming.
There's a lot of blank slates, though, in Phase 6.
Sure.
It's pretty empty in Phase 6.
Sure, but I think the whole point is, you would want to get Ryan Gosling as soon as possible because he's only getting older every day. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but I mean, you could have a grizzlied Ghost Rider. He doesn't need to be super young to be that character.
He doesn't. I'm not saying he needs to be young, but I'm saying Ryan Gosling's probably 35 right now, maybe mid-30s.
He also still has an 18-pack. So
I just think you would rather him be. I don't know though.
It doesn't really matter for that character.
I guess because when what's his name? the last Ghost Rider when
Nicolas Cage was like 80.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage was already in his 50s or 40s at least. It seemed
late
like
40s for sure.
So yeah, maybe I guess you wait another few years and you get him Ryan Gosling in there. Sure. I already said it's perfect.
It's great casting. Yeah.
It's a great casting. I think Kevin Feige is more like, how can we fit Ghost Rider and all this stuff, because it is a very different. But I think you have to go with Blade, kind of like you want them to be more tied together. Underworld, Devil stuff. Yeah. They're somehow part of that.
You can figure it out. Just have a cameo at least in the movie, and then you set him up for his own movie. So that'd be fucking sick.
Speaking of Ryan Gosling, he's in like 80 movies. What's going on?
I saw the Gray Man.
Of his career. So Gray Man. By the way, shout out to...
there's a Ken doll joke in that movie.
There's a Ken doll joke in the movie, yeah.
Which is hilarious.
On purpose, right? Obviously.
Is it on purpose?
Maybe.
Because I felt like... Well, I guess they knew he was going to be in...
Now, tell me about Gray Man. Was it good? Because it looks kind of ass.
I will say this. I read online, it was like, yo, this movie fucking sucks.
It looks bad, though.
I thought it was good.
The trailers even look bad.
Was like... I was hooked on it.
Good action.
Good action. It just... There's some scenes where I'm like... This is kind of ridiculous.
Like, what's his name? What's his character? What's the other guy? It's not Ryan Gosling. Chris Evans. I'm so bad right now with names.
I just call him Captain America.
Chris Evans. Obviously you're supposed to hate his character. He's kind of a douche. I just was like his character. It's Captain America. You know, he's always Captain America.
Like
so it's
you can't see him that way.
He just kind of seems like Chris Evans, I guess.
Yeah. No, he's good. He's good. You definitely hate his character in the movie.
Okay.
I think he did a good job. Now maybe it's just I'm a big fan of Chris Evans, so maybe I'm just like whatever he does, I don't care. Yeah. But I think
I'm not trying to say I can't separate Chris Evans from Chris Evans, because I think there's times like when he did Knives Out, I thought he did great.
Yeah, I agree.
But in this movie, it just from the trailers I've seen, I was like, he just seems like Chris Evans.
He's definitely like, but that's kind of his character in the movie is like this kind of like
good looking.
I'm an evil guy and I like it a lot, you know. So I enjoy this. I enjoy being evil and being an asshole. So that's kind of like his character, and I think he does great. It's a great, if you want to watch an action movie, I think it's great.
Yeah,
it's kind of long.
Turn your brain off.
Yeah,
watch an action movie.
There's some moments where you go, "There's no fucking way
you survive
surviving this." Mm-hmm. But it's good. I think it's good. It's funny moments. I think it's great. Yeah. So
what's the premise?
Okay, so the premise is there's this these secret agents that are like they were supposed to go to jail, but they pull them out and they go, "You don't have to go to jail. We'll fucking just be an assassin for us." So they're called Sierra. It's the Sierra program, but they call them the Gray Man because they work in this gray area of like, you know, they kind of kill people. They can't, when they can't send official people in from the government, they send in the Gray Men because they can kind of like maneuver.
It's not black and white for them. It's like I'll kill someone for a weird reason.
Yeah. So that's the story. He's basically a secret agent. Chris Evans failed the program. And is just like a freelance assassin. And he's kind of hired to... Chris Evans is hired to kill...
Ryan
Gosling. And so that's kind of what the movie's about, basically. Okay. It's good. It's good. Some kind of ridiculous stuff, but it's good. Okay. It's definitely entertaining, for sure. And then lastly, for movie news, we talked a little bit about it earlier, but the official trailer for Black Panther 2 has dropped. And I will say, like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of stuff in the trailer.
Yeah,
there's a lot, and I'm like,
they showed a little bit too much, or
no, not even in the sense of like they showed a lot. I'm saying there's just like this scene and this scene and this scene and this scene, and I'm like, who the fuck is? Where's that? Who the fuck is that? Where's this in the what? I'm like so confused. It's not a trailer where you go, okay, I kind of get what the story's about. You're just like, it's just a bunch of scenes. Not to say it's bad. I think it's a great trailer. There's just like a bunch of scenes where you go like, where does this connect? Who's the bad guy? What's going on kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but it's a great trailer. The soundtrack for the trailer is amazing and definitely worth a watch. So definitely let us know down below or on Twitter, media_mixtape, what you guys thought of the trailer. What you guys thought of all the news from San Diego Comic-Con. Are you excited for Phase 5 and Phase 6? I'm extremely excited. Josh, I feel like he's probably not as much, but
yeah, I'm not super excited. I haven't loved everything coming out now, and I've told you guys like I feel like as much as I do love Everything Everywhere All at Once or Top Gun and some other movies that dropped this year, as much as I do love those movies, I think part of the reason why I love them even extra is because it was something new and refreshing, something that I haven't seen really. You know what I mean? By the way, I saw Elvis. Sorry, random. You see Elvis?
Yeah, I saw
Elvis. I felt like I liked it. Obviously, I think I had a decent time there. I'm so interested in that. Like, I love hearing about legends and their lives and their stories. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like I heard this quote from a director. A director said, I'm not filming a biopic. I'm filming a superhero movie. And it's like, come on, dog.
Yeah.
Don't over direct. So I feel like he over directed the fuck out of
that's
this
just
movie.
Baz Luhrmann for you.
Huh?
Baz Luhrmann, he's like known for like crazy visuals.
Yeah, and I feel like he really over directed the fuck out of this movie. Like it's cool. Some of the stuff is interesting to see, but I literally, when you're talking about an Elvis movie, I just want to see Elvis. I want to see his life from when he was a kid to when he got older. I want to see him as a kid, like going through stuff. Who were his best friends growing up, and what fucking school did he go to? Did he play sports when he was growing up? Like, I want to see that shit, and then I also want to see how did he get into music? Who gave him his first guitar? Like, I want to see that stuff.
Right.
When did he meet fucking? When did he meet?
Billie Jean King?
No, I was trying to make a fucking joke and I fucking can't remember his name.
Oh, Forrest Gump.
When he made Forrest Gump, man. Come on, I want to see that shit. When he said at Forrest Gump's house.
This is a girl made a TikTok. Did you see it?
No.
She goes, I just came out watching the Elvis movie and I just wanted to know, like, why did they leave out the part where he met Forrest Gump? Because I felt like that was a pretty crucial part of his career. And she goes, and the guy playing Colonel Tom Parker kind of looked like an old fat version of Forrest Gump. Like, it was funny. Yeah. She had like a really high pitched voice.
Yeah. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a little over directed. You heard too much about the manager, which I guess that was kind of the point of the movie. But I watched a movie about Elvis. I didn't watch a story about it. I didn't watch someone tell me Elvis' story.
And that's like the director's point. Like, he came out and said, like, the point was like, this is not an Elvis movie. This is about more of like the industry and how it fucked him over, kind of.
And I do think I left the theater sad, and I think that's true. I guess
it's fucked up.
Yeah, I think it's true. I think he was fucked over a little bit. But I think also there is some truth in the fact of he was fucked over, but there has to be at some point, there was some truth in the fact that he kind of fucked himself over a little bit too.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to see that.
He was like, he was a drug addict and he was...
Yeah, because I was telling my mom, I was like, they go, oh yeah, he's fucking in Vegas. And then it's like, he's popping. Like, they show him at one point in the beginning of the movie when he's a kid, he takes a pill.
Yeah.
When he's younger.
And that's it.
And then later in the movie.
Until his wife leaves him.
Yeah, later in the movie, she's like, look at all these pills you're taking. I'm like, what? I haven't seen him take one.
Yeah, like he doesn't take it.
He doesn't take any pills.
He's pretty functional throughout this entire movie.
He's like fainting and shit. And you're like, why? Why did he faint?
I agree. They should have went the Ray Charles route of just tell me his fucking...
I want a biopic.
Just tell me the story, bro. I don't care about Colonel Tom Parker.
Yeah,
You can tell me that he fucked him over.
Yeah.
But you can do that in a couple of scenes.
Exactly.
You don't have to.
I don't need him to be like, and then there was Elvis. So I'm like, come on, bro. I don't know fucking... This movie's about Tom Hanks, bro. It's not even about fucking trying to make another performance.
I agree with that.
An Oscar, I mean.
What I will say is Austin Butler.
Great job.
I mean...
He did a great job.
He should be leading it for the Oscar right now.
Should he be leading for the Oscar?
Yeah, bro. What do you mean,
he did a great
bro?
job.
He did a fucking fantastic job.
I will say this now.
Because the Oscar is not about the movie. It's about the performance.
If they give Tom Hanks some bullshit for some supporting cast, I'm not going to like it.
He might.
He might.
He's
Tom
Tom
Hanks,
Hanks, bro. He's Tom fucking Hanks.
I don't like that.
I agree with you.
It feels like it's a layup. It's too easy. You basically just said, hey, let's put some makeup on you and be an old man who's Dutch. And then he did it.
His performance isn't even that great.
It's not that great.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
But Austin needs to be. I mean, for sure he's gonna be nominated.
He's gonna be in the conversation.
But I think he needs to win, bro.
I don't know.
He was fucking literally Elvis,
He was good. He was good. I'm not go get me
There
wrong.
was moments where I'm like, that's fucking Elvis, bro.
But like the leg moves even.
Nah,
I wasn't impressed.
Was good, bro.
I wasn't impressed
With his performance?
I think he was good with the leg moves. I'm saying the way they showed everything.
The early years, it was actually him singing.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't fucking Elvis audio.
I'm not mad at Austin Butler. I think he did great. I'm saying the way they showed it. His dance moves, the way they showed that, the way they showed even him and BB King. I'm like, come on, man. Like, just give me more.
I think
I feel like they gave us a movie and they're like, you guys know Elvis' story, right? Because like, you got to know this. Right, you know this happened, right?
Right.
It's like, if I don't know that happened, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
That's the writing. That's not. I'm saying just his performance.
I'm not talking about Austin Butler. Yeah, I'm talking about the movie right now.
Yeah.
Austin Butler did good. He's fine. He was good. He was good, bro. He was good. He was really fucking good.
He was good. Yes.
I loved him. Okay, fuck. He was good.
He was great.
I think he was great.
Literally out.
I think he was great. Yeah. I don't know if he'll win. He'll win the Oscar. I think he should be nominated. I don't know if I think he should win.
Well, I mean, we got to go through the movies.
We got to go through the movies. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's the best performance of the movies so far this year. We still have a half.
You didn't watch Everything Ever All at Once. They came out this year, right? I think the main actor, she should definitely be up for a fucking Oscar. Yeah. Definitely.
They don't do it separately now, huh?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Do they do actress and actor?
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. So she.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, fine.
Austin for men should win.
Okay,
bro.
fine. What
Up
else?
until this point.
Who else did good for males?
I think that's it, really.
Yeah, I don't think Nicolas Cage did that good in his movie. His movie was good, but I don't think he performed that good. Tom Hanks. Tom Cruise.
Nah, he's just fucking Tom Cruise, bro. It was a great movie, but like he's just Tom Cruise. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, maybe you're right. Austin Butler.
Like Tom might be nominated, but I don't think
Austin did great. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, overall, I'm just saying the movie was good. I left the theater sad, but I definitely think they could have made a better movie, a better story. And you know what, Hollywood, maybe give it a couple years, but I want another one. I want a biopic. Give me a biopic, man.
But with Austin Butler again.
Fuck it, do it again, dude. Start filming tomorrow with Austin Butler, and I want a biopic this time. Because I just feel like Elvis deserves a little more than that, and I feel like we didn't really get that. I feel like I was hearing more about the Colonel the whole movie, and it's
because what's a lot of fun in those biopics is like, this is how he did Hound Dog.
I get so interested in that shit.
You know, yeah.
I'm so interested in that.
They skipped over a lot.
Yeah, they did. What was I gonna say too about that movie? There was this clip I watched on YouTube, which blew my mind, mostly because of specifically a word he uses. So I saw a clip online of the real Elvis when he was like older and in Vegas and stuff. They didn't even talk about that, by the way. They didn't even talk about like when he decided the wardrobe change and shit. Like when he decided the sideburns.
Glossed over. Yeah, it's totally glossed over.
He just has sideburns and he's fucking all dressed up and you're like, what?
Yeah.
When was he like that? And then he's like, he was a humble kid. And then the next fucking scene, he got 4 rings on his diamond ring. I'm like, when did he start going all out spending all his money? Like, show me that, you know?
Right,
Anyways. Right. But there's a real clip of Elvis. And he's walking in and I'm like, see, he was a bit of a savage. And I feel like the movie didn't show that Elvis was a bit of a savage. It's a clip of Elvis. He's walking around. He's like talking to chicks, whatever. And then they close the door. And then on the other side of the door, they're like, oh, you remember that dog? The dog that Elvis was with yesterday? They're talking about a woman. By the way,
yeah,
you know that dog that he was with. He was like, "Hey, that dog that I was with, shake some good head, boy." And I was like, "What?" He just said that right now. He's like, "Hey, you know that dog I was with last night? She get the best head I ever had in my life." I was like, "Dude, what is going on right now?"
No, that's what
the movie didn't show his savage.
That's what I didn't like. Yeah, I didn't like because
he was a savage, bro.
Throughout the movie, they make him out to be this kind of just innocent bystander.
Yeah, exactly.
And like he got fucked over,
and he did get fucked over. I'm not saying he didn't, but he also was a savage, bro.
Yeah,
he didn't buy the gold rings for no reason. He didn't go fucking all out with the sideburns and the fucking. He kissed every fucking girl, bro.
Yeah. That's legit. Like they fucking show the footage. Like
he was a savage, dude. He was
a savage.
So it's like you got to show him be a savage a little bit. I want to see his downfall.
His wife was 14 when they met.
Yes, I want to see that. I want to see the real story. That was the issue I had a little bit with the movie. But hey, shout out to Elvis. I've been bumping his music the last couple of days because I've seen the movie.
I just think Austin should win.
Dude, and then they don't. What's up with the music, bruh? Yeah. Show me him sing.
Yeah,
they would be like, he'd be like, baby, baby, baby. Baby, and then they cut to a different song. Yeah. I'm like, what? Let him sing. I want to hear him sing
because it was great. He did a great job singing.
Well, I know he was mumbling, and I'm just like, I get it. I was kind of mumbling when he sang, but come on, bro. Let him perform, you know. And then they have Doja Cat in the middle of the fucking song. And that movie, what is going on?
Yeah.
That scene was crazy. I was watching and I was like, what is this?
We all felt that literally everybody that went with her was like, what's with the, and I was like,
it's not even,
I like Doja Cat.
But it's not even to do with the Doja Cat song though. The scene.
The Doja Cat song is even like, I like the song.
Yeah. But this is my thing. The scene is horrible. He pulls up, BB King's like, hey, Elvis, watching him. And then instead of showing Elvis like shake people's hands and talk to people, it just keeps cutting. Like, you remember that thing? It just keeps cutting camera angles, and it's him, like, he's, like, spinning in circles and shit. I'm like, what are you doing? Go to the club.
He's doing, like, crazy transitions, and, like, there's, like, wipes and all this stuff, and it's, like...
And it's just playing Doja Cat, and then he's walking across the street. And I'm like, just show him walk across the street.
What was even the point of the scene? I mean, the point is, like...
He's going to the club.
Yeah.
And he's, like, he's loved by black people, too, I guess. So I was like, I guess that's what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what the scene was for.
It's just a little too much, but Baz Luhrmann is famous for that.
All right, he overdirected. He overdirected for sure. So anyway, sorry. I like the movie.
Deep dive, super deep dive.
Quick review of Elvis. I like the movie. I thought it was good. I thought it could have been a million times better, though.
I agree. They should have went with the Ray Charles, like... Mm-hmm. We're just going to tell his life story.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on to the actual movie that we came to talk about today,
yes.
48 minutes into the pod.
Yeah.
Nope. We're going to get into Nope. Should we just do full spoilers? I feel like there's not much we could talk about.
Yeah. We'll do full spoiler. Going into the movie, I mean, you know.
Spoiler alert.
There's just
That's
not
official.
Yeah, there's just not much we could not spoil. So spoiler alert for the movie Nope. Going into the movie, Jake and I talked about this last week on the episode, on the podcast, or recently we talked about it. Yeah, I just didn't know what this movie was going to be about. Was it a funny movie? Was it a scary movie? Was it horror or not? Because the first trailer they dropped, it was a horror movie.
Yeah.
Second trailer dropped, it felt very comedic.
Yeah.
I think the third trailer I saw, it looked a little bit of a mix of both. So I was kind of very confused going into it, but I was also super excited again. Love Jordan Peele, obviously because of Key and Peele, been supportive of his career for a long time, and then obviously now he's a director. I've loved the last 2 movies he's dropped as well.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely, I think, arguably one of, if not the best director right now working in the game, you know? So, love Jordan Peele, trying to support him a lot. So, I was super excited to go into it. And I left the theater pretty happy. But I'm interested in what Jake's going to say.
Okay, so I was excited for this one. Yeah. We were running late, and I was just fucking stressing, bro. I'm like, dude, I don't want to miss a second of this movie, bro.
It was so bad for me. I was on the way. I had no gas, and my girlfriend picks a theater that was far. No, it's not her fault. It was the best time for us to go.
Right.
And then because I was like, we left 5 minutes before the start time movie, and we went to a different theater. I thought we were going to the one down the street.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we're good. And she's like, no, we're going to this one. I was like, we're not good. That's 15 minutes to get there.
Right.
That's the whole trailers.
Yeah, you got park.
I'm ACL too,
right,
and the one I'm going to is the mall right here.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
it's a whole ordeal.
Dude, I got to fucking park and walk 10 miles to get to this fucking theater.
Right.
And I was scared as shit. We literally walk in, sit down, and movie it was starts? Like starting, yeah.
We had 2 trailers. So, cause like I'm running or whatever, and my brother-in-law, he needs hot Cheetos for his movies, which is cool. Like, it's fine. I'm like, we have enough time. No big deal. I run into Ralph's.
I need a drink. That's what I need.
No hot Cheetos inside.
Of course.
So I'm like running around the store, and they only had like spicy Doritos. So I'm like, whatever. I get the spicy Doritos. They only had the big bag. So I'm like, I have to run across the store to go get Ziploc bags because we can't take the big ass fucking bag to the theater. So I go, I buy
At that
Ziploc
point,
bags.
just stop somewhere else and get the hot Cheetos.
Well, there wasn't. There was
another stop on the way.
It's the Ralph's right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was like, there's no other fucking. And we were late already.
Yeah.
We were late. So
they didn't even have hot Cheetos at the fucking movie theater.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, I was thinking like, do they? I'm like, no, they don't. Anyway, so we go, and then of course it's like we're at the park, and then like,
what the fuck's up with that? They should have chips at the movie theater.
Yeah.
They don't. They just thought about it right now.
They don't.
Anyways, I'll buy a second side of nacho cheese.
Yeah.
Throw that shit in the hot Cheetos. Come on now.
So we're running in, and of course I'm like, and we start to wait in line to fucking
get a drink and shit.
Yeah. Of course, people in front of me taking forever.
Yeah. Do you have? And you don't have AMC?
No, I do now. I actually started it. Luckily.
So you went to the premium?
So I went to the premium.
Okay, cool.
So
you know how amazing it is when you're late as fuck.
Yeah.
And there's no one in premium.
Yeah.
You're like, and people are looking at you like, bro. I went to the theater one time. I'm sorry. I know you want to tell your story. Went to the theater one time. I was in the premium line, and the girl goes. The girl calls the people over like next in line, and then she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, next premium," because the people go.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Next premium," and they swear they start dogging us.
Yeah.
We go, we get it, whatever, and then we get our shit. My girl and I are getting drinks.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Okay, next regular customer."
Right.
And she goes, "Oh, it's like older ladies, in their 40s.
Yeah.
Oh, we're peasants. Sorry, we're peasants for not premium." I was like, this is embarrassing as fuck.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing for me. I don't know why I was embarrassed, bro.
Yeah,
like,
fuck that.
I'm sorry.
Fucking don't be broke.
Bro, guys. I'm just kidding. Anyway, sorry. So go ahead. You're in premium.
Anyway, so we go, whatever. The people in front of us take forever.
Yeah.
They pay and just walk away. They had asked for like popcorn and nacho cheese and all this shit. And so the girl gets all the stuff and she comes back and she's like, nobody's there. And I'm like, come on, bro.
Okay, please.
Of course, wait for your shit.
And then
they walk to the drinks.
You observed all this, and you're like, I could be like, hey guys, and fix this whole situation.
No.
Also, I'm not gonna do that shit.
No, dude. They walked all the way to
because that theater
to the drinks.
Is crazy far. The drinks, yeah.
So they walked all the way to the drinks.
And you're on the left and shit.
Yes,
left-hand side.
yeah.
Oh god.
So I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? And so the girl's like, oh, what do I do? And I'm like, lady,
just
put that shit behind you.
Next customer, when they come, they'll get their shit.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
She's like looking for them. She can't find them. I'm like, oh my God. She finally finds them. And then like she goes and she just waits for them to get to them. Like, chick.
Walk. You have a counter.
Your stuff.
Yeah.
Drop it and fucking walk back. So whatever we go at. Bro, it's just our luck, bro.
Yeah. How long? So at this point, what time is it from away from your start time?
So we're already like so our movies started at 6:30. It's like 6:42.
Oh, that's stressful.
So I'm like,
time.
bro, this movie's about to start.
Yeah.
Like now. So So I go to scan my shit. She goes, "Oh, my scanner doesn't work." I'm like, of course. And so she's like, "Do you have a phone number?" And I'm like, "Yeah, probably. It's probably connected to my shit." It wasn't. So I put my number in twice. No. So I have to tell her my email, and I'm like, "Oh my god, it's a whole fucking thing."
Yeah, I gotta get my hooked up with the number because my girl has it too, and hers now. So.
So the girl like has to type in my email or whatever, and then like I'm going to pay, and she's like, "Oh wait, you have a $5?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, bro, fuck."
So the hook up.
I'm like, "Yes." She didn't even finish the question. I'm like, "Yes." Just fucking use it.
Yeah.
So whatever we pay, I fill up my drink. We get to our seats, and then there's two trailers, and that pisses me off even more. Because then I'm like, we definitely had time. To like not stress.
Well, so the reason why I wasn't as stressed is because we get there, and it's fucking. I'm at the bottom of the, this mall with the fucking Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
I'm at the Cheesecake Factory. My movie started at 6. Dude.
Yeah.
The start time was 6. It's 6:19. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. 11. It was 11 in the morning. 11. So 11. It's 11:19. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm like, let's fucking hurry up. I'm like, in my mind, because my leg.
Right.
I don't have crutches at this point.
Right.
So in my mind, I'm like, I'm fucking walking faster than my girlfriend. So I want to be like, come on, can you walk a little faster? I look at her. She's right next to me. You know why? Because I'm walking slow as shit. So it's my fault that we're walking slow. You know. So I'm like, fuck. So I'm like trying to fucking walk. The only reason why I wasn't stressed because by the time we got to the front, scanning our cards. I'm like, all right, go get in line. There was like 3 people in front of her, even in the premium.
Yeah.
I was like, just wait in line. I'm going to go see what's up with the movie at least, you know?
Right.
I'm like, I will not come back if it started already. The way you got this shit, right?
Right.
She's like, yeah, go. So I go into the theater, open it up, I'm looking, and then it was a Halloween trailer. And so I'm like, all right, bet, cool. But it was funny because I was in the Dolby IMAX fucking theater. And have you ever been to the one right there at that mall?
No. Actually, yeah, we have.
The Dolby has like a long hallway. And then a long hallway to go on the opposite side.
You have no idea which way to go.
No, not even that. It's just a long hallway straight and a long hallway to the left, right? So you can go around the back of the stairs and you can go up to the left side, whatever.
Yeah.
So there's 2 long hallways. It's also 2 doors. Yeah. So it's like you walk in a door, there's trash cans, and then you have to walk to another door.
Yeah.
So I'm like watching the trailer, and it's Halloween, and I'm like, dun, 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 dun. I'm like, hey, all right, cool, we're good. I look back, I look forward, and I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna get murdered right here. Like I told my girlfriend, I was like, look, I'm fucking scared. I'm going back to you. So I went back, got my shit, and we're fine. But yeah, so anyways.
We're terrible at just fucking beat on.
You know what it is though? That's why I tell my girlfriend, I'm like, it's okay if I have to go by myself. Now I don't think it's her fault that I'm always late. I'm always just fucking late.
Right.
But I at least know if I have to take my L and not get a drink or popcorn or whatever, I'm not gonna get one.
Yeah.
You know, but it's because I'm with someone else, I have to consider their feelings and shit. Right. And so it's like, all right, I'm not gonna be a dick and be like, you can't get a drink, we're late. You know, so I'm like, all right, go ahead, get a drink.
I was just like, I was stressing out, bro.
Why do we do this? Just fucking leave early.
For me, it was like, something happened that we couldn't leave.
Yeah.
But for me, it was I worked that day, so I came home from work, I worked out, showered, we're getting ready. Something happened that we couldn't leave yet, and then it was a whole thing. So, anyways,
long story, long way to say that was a crazy way to start the movie. But yeah, so you watched the movie, going into it, you were excited. Leaving the theater, you were.
It's a good movie.
Okay.
It is a good movie,
but you have problems.
But it's just not scary enough for me.
That's interesting.
I was not scared enough.
Okay.
In this movie to go like, I felt both these things.
Yeah, that's fair. I will say this, like, going into it, I was like, so Get Out, very psychological reasons why you're like, especially I think if you're African American, like very psychological reasons why you're freaking the fuck out, you know, in that movie. But also I just it's
a great commentary and all that stuff. Yeah.
But even if you're not African American, this is fucking terrifying if you're in the situation. You know what I mean? And so like, this one, it's like, or us was like, okay, they're going, they're killing you. You know what I mean? Everyone can relate to that. You're afraid to fucking die. This one is like, yeah, you're kind of afraid of aliens. Yeah. But not everyone is really super fucking terrified of aliens. Right. You know what I mean? So I think that was
I just think
that was one of the issues to me where I was like, okay, it's tough to be afraid of aliens in general now, especially the shape of this ship that looks very traditional UFO like. It doesn't look super different. Right. That was part of it too. But for me, I don't know. I would say this, the first 80% of the movie, I was like, this is pretty scary. This is pretty funny. This is pretty intense. That's a crazy visual. Right. And I would say the last 20%, that's where all my issues lie for me, or at least most of my issues lie, where it's like, I was like, And Jordan Peele said this himself, and so I'll say this now. Obviously, we said spoilers right a while ago, so spoiler alert. Jordan Peele said it himself. The biggest reason why biggest reason why you have people hooked, or the biggest thing to focus on when you're making a horror movie is the tension.
Yeah.
Letting people's imagination run wild. Yeah. You don't show, like Jaws, you don't show the monster until you absolutely have to at the very end, or you hold off as long as possible.
Right.
That was my problem, is that they held off as long as possible, did a pretty good job of not really showing what this monster is. They had a couple visuals where they did, and at the very, very end, they showed this monster thing that I'm like, that's not scary at all.
At all. That's what I'm saying.
At all.
Yeah.
And I wasn't scared at all. And I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed by the visual of the monster and the way it looks at the end, the alien, that's what honestly knocked everything off for me when it comes down to how I felt about the movie and knocked like my score down, at least.
Yeah.
So where I was like, all right, I'm disappointed now at the ending. Now I can't kill it because that's not fair. I can't have my own imagination be my own imagination and then fuck up the actual ending of the movie because of what I think it should have been, or what I thought it was going to look like, or what my imagination was thinking it was going to happen. What was going to happen? I can't ruin the movie for that. I would just say I was disappointed in the ending, but I'm not going to kill the movie for that, because 80% of the movie I was in. For me, I was all in. I was scared when they fucking showed the aliens. I was like, oh shit! I know they're going to show the aliens.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That scene where he's in the horse. I was like, oh. This is fuck. I was like, literally grabbing my girlfriend's leg, like, this is fucking crazy.
No, and that's what I'm like.
And then he punched the alien, and I was like, what? What the fuck?
That's what I mean, though, is that when we got to that point and they showed the aliens, I was like, yo, this fucking shit's gonna be crazy, right? Like, and I think that's where he should have went. It should have just actually been aliens. Mm-hmm. And I get, obviously, the monster is a fucking alien, but the fact that it was just big monster
UFO, but it was also look. So this is where I'm like I'm iffy on, okay? Because I think I love the decision to say the UFO that we see. That to me is, I don't know if anyone's written it somewhere in a comic book or what, but to me that's unheard of in my life, of a UFO being the alien itself.
Yeah,
that's unheard of to me.
Right. Maybe
it's not a new concept to everybody, but that's a new concept to me. So I love that that's the case.
Right.
I just don't love the visual aspect of the way it looked at the end. That's all it is.
Yeah. It should have been more of like an actual monster, because it's just kind of this like parachutey.
It's like a.
It doesn't look scary.
It looks like a fucking old sail ship, like a pirate ship back in the fucking Pirates of the Caribbean.
It should have been like a dragon-y type fucking monster or some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Off topic. I just said Pirates of the Caribbean right now. Have you seen that TikTok where the girl's like, oh yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean, and then he's like, what'd you just say? Pirates of the Caribbean. Well, if you're gonna go to the Caribbean, what do you say? The Caribbean. No, but it's Pirates of the Caribbean, and it will always be that. So I agree with you. I think that's where all my disappointment lied, is specifically, and Jordan Peele said it himself. The whole thing is you want someone to be imagining how scary this thing is going to be. And the fact that I imagine this is fucking terrifying. Right. And when you get sucked in there, you're just getting fucking chopped up and stabbed and shit. Or I don't know what I'm thinking. Or you get in there and there's another alien in there and he's like fucking you up or whatever, or whatever. I'm imagining such a crazy thing to happen. So when it did get that weird, like looking, like my girlfriend was like, what is that? Whispering to me. And I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Is that the alien? And what is that fucking thing? That green thing where it's like all fucking fluffy and like.
Why is it that the first time that it's changing?
Is that an eye? What is it? Why is it like this now? Why wasn't it like this earlier? Why is it showing itself so much? Also, it's not afraid that some fucking airplane's gonna fly over and see it.
Also, why was it moving so slow towards the end? And like in the beginning, it's fucking pretty fast.
Yeah, so it's just, there's a lot that I didn't like about the ending. Like I said, again, last 20%. I will say the first 80% of the movie, though, I was like hooked. I loved it. Everything was great. It was so fucking funny. I loved Kaluuya's character. Daniel Kaluuya,
yeah.
Kaluuya's character. I love his character. I thought he played it very well.
Kiki is hilarious.
Kiki is fucking amazing in this movie,
amazing.
Bro. She fucking killed in this movie.
So
Kiki Palmer,
fucking funny, bro.
Her fucking hilarious. Just amazing. Yeah. Everything made sense about her character. She's close enough to LA where she wants to be Hollywood, LA, singer, actor, whatever. Right. Works in Hollywood already.
And I even sing a little bit.
And I even sing a little bit on the side. Yeah. So I thought she was fucking incredible. Angel, I forgot his name, Pereira, I forgot his fucking first name. He was hilarious. I thought he was great in this movie. I didn't love the weird director who like.
Well, so I watched a couple because I will admit, like I don't always get the, it's really talking about this.
I didn't get it either. Right.
So I watched a couple videos and like basically the idea is like, the concept is Hollywood and like
how they treat
trauma and how they treat
actors in general.
Negativity,
actors or anyone in the business. How they treat people in the business.
Yeah.
The way the Hollywood is always about. Getting the money.
Getting the good shot. Getting the good shot that's going to make them a lot of money.
Yes, exactly. It's about the film, movie, whatever you're doing, the project.
Right.
Always about that, never about anything else.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the premise, which makes sense because that's where you go into like why, how they treat, the family even. Yeah. There's this legendary family where their great-great-great-great-grandfather was the first man to ever be filmed ever. You know what I mean? A black man on a horse. And then you go and they just get thrown away to the side like garbage because, one little incident happens or whatever. Right. And not realizing that this is family's entire livelihood. Right. You know what I mean? One project means they're fucked. You know what I mean? That they get turned out. So the way they treat everybody in the business though, actors and like you said, trauma.
I think he did good in that sense, but I think it just wasn't scary to me. And I the same thing happened to me.
You were fucking terrified when those fucking... The visual of the house just dripping blood and shit, or you weren't scared?
No, there was moments, but I think
you weren't scared when fucking.
But I think when you go like, if you don't look at it, it won't eat you. It's like, what? You know what I mean? Like how it's a fucking alien, bro. Like how would you know that? Like it's just a predator and like this. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a cliche. That's kind of a cliche. Number one, like I just think. It could have been better, bro. I don't know. It just could have been better. It could have been scarier. It could have been moments of like fucking, people are disappearing and shit. And like, I don't know. It just, for me, it wasn't scary enough. There were scary moments. And I'm telling you, bro, like when that little kids were the fucking aliens, when I first saw the aliens, I'm like, this is going to be a fucking classic movie. If this is what this fucking movie is going to be, this is going to be a classic movie. I was like, scared as fuck, bro.
And he punched the alien and you were like, what?
And I was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. Like,
yeah.
Because that shit was fucking scary, bro. Yeah. That shit was scary. So it just should have really, really been little aliens, in my opinion. I think you could still send the same message. Mm-hmm. If it is a UFO. Like, yeah, they're little aliens, but they're fucking eating people. Like, they're fucking, or they're probing people like how we all think. You know what I mean? That's fucking scary shit.
Yeah. I agree with you. I appreciate the fact that he made it different. I just don't think it hit the same, especially when it came down to the end. Like I said, that was my biggest disappointment. The rest of the movie, I had moments like where what's the dude's name? Huh?
OJ?
No,
Jupiter?
not OJ. Jupiter, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the actor's name?
Stephen Yeun.
Yeah, Stephen Yeun. When Stephen Yeun's character, which by the way, he was phenomenal in it as well. I thought
Everybody's great. Everybody's
had a great performance. I loved his storyline. Loved everything about it. Like he was this kid who was in the '90s in the sitcom or whatever. And then they had a chimpanzee, and the chimpanzee attacks. And I think that was incredible.
And that fucking
that was probably the scariest scenes of the movie. Seeing the chimpanzee or the monkey or whatever attack people, that was crazy. But then again, another part of the commentary towards Hollywood of like he's this child actor who saw something fucking crazy, traumatic,
right?
And he's living outside of LA County or whatever, like in this little, try to build his own business for himself, which he's successful in, but he's never acted again. You know what I mean? Never went back to acting anymore.
Right.
So I thought that his whole storyline was great, and then showing that part of the movie, I thought that was a great part of the movie. But when he has that thing where he thinks he can, he thinks he's in control of this predator like alien. And then ends up taking him and everyone in the audience. That was fucking crazy.
Right.
It raining down on the fucking house. But then you don't really explain to us enough about why is it around here? Why does it think this is its home? Right. When did it come around? Why 6 months ago when the dad died? because it specifically kept saying like, oh, 6 months ago this started happening.
Right.
So what happened 6 months ago that the alien was there? What happened 6 months ago the alien decided that was its home? It's not like they have 5 million horses. They have fucking 10. You know what I mean? Right, like, it's not like the alien was feeding off of these horses all the time. So I understand that. I guess he did keep eating like one horse a fucking day or whatever. But I don't know. It just didn't really seem like it made sense. And if Steven Yeun's character had this alien for 6 months, kind of under control to a point where he thought he could have a show off of it, wouldn't the show be fucking crazy popular? It's like 10 people in the crowd.
Yeah, but I think that was his first time. That was the whole thing.
But for 6 months, he was just feeding this alien, trying to figure it out.
I mean, yeah, trying to like because the point is like that's why they show his trauma is that back when he was a kid, even though the chimpanzee fucking killed everybody, he still had the connection with it. So he was like
he felt like he could have this
same
connection.
thing. Yeah,
yeah, I guess, but it just kind of felt like why was Alien around for 6 months? Was it really just thinking it could survive specifically only here on one horse a day?
Yeah,
that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't get that.
Like I said,
interesting concepts. I think there was definitely a lot of. It was good. I think when I left the theater, I thought possibly better than Us because I just didn't love Us that much.
It's better than Us. I'll say that it's better than Us.
I think I liked it better than Us though.
But I think
Us might have been scarier, maybe.
Yeah. But
Us might have been scarier. This one might have been funnier. This one might.
This one was a lot funnier.
Yeah.
This was I would probably say it's like 60 to 70% comedy, 30% horror. I think.
Yeah.
It's mostly comedy.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to like OJ and his family trying to go ahead and capitalize on the Alien 2, in a sense because they're trying to film it, that was another part of the commentary too towards like what's happening in Hollywood. Even though Hollywood's fucking this family, they're still under the mindset of like, well, once we get the good shot to ourselves, we'll make the money.
Get the shot. And then that's why the director dies because he's like, I'm going to get the best shot no matter what.
Yeah.
Even the same thing with the TMZ guy. He's like, I need my camera. I need to document this.
Yeah, there was a lot of commentary on there. I think it was good. I think that's where the commentary was great and it hits for a certain audience. Yeah. I think for like some people who obviously like Jake and I didn't get it right off the bat.
Right.
I think it doesn't hit as hard as Us and Get Out because the commentary is very specific towards people in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Versus Get Out, Us, those are both very specific towards real life and how we feel in this real world craziness, you know, of racism and stuff. So super interesting, different concepts, but I appreciate all of them. Again, I just think, I left the theater like I was pretty disappointed in the end.
Yeah. I'll say it was good, but I was disappointed.
Did you hear the theory about that OJ was actually maybe not alive?
Yeah, I heard that there too.
But I'm like, when did the alien kill him?
Yeah. I feel like very obviously
he's alive.
He's alive.
Yeah. And then she gets a shot, but it's kind of like, I guess she gets a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. It was a little disappointing. I do agree. I think it was a lot of hype. I was very hyped to see it. If it was scarier, I think then I wouldn't care about the ending. Mm-hmm. If I was like, holy fuck,
if the alien was scary looking.
Yeah.
I don't even need it to open up though. That's my thing. I didn't need it to open up. It could have been in the same spaceship. I would have still, with everything that happened, could have just been in the spaceship. And I would have still been more like, all right, cool, this is still pretty scary.
It just wasn't scary to me. I think if it was scary, a lot of that stuff I would have forgot about.
Yeah.
But the fact that the movie wasn't scary, or it was scary moments, but it wasn't
that scary to you.
Yeah. Like I wanted to be like, fucking holy fuck, some shit's about to pop out right now.
I had some moments where I was definitely like, you know, but I get you. I agree. I guess it's not super horror filled. So overall, I did leave the theater a little bit disappointed. I was happy in the sense of, okay, I still enjoyed the majority of that movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my original score down because I think my original score out of scale 1 to 10 when I first left the theater, I was like 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Thought it was a good movie. Now that I'm sitting and thinking about it, didn't like the ending so much. I was so disappointed by the ending that I'll go ahead and say I'll take it down a notch. I'll say it's a 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was a pretty good movie. Overall, I think it's worth a watch still.
Yeah.
I just
something
think
we're checking out for sure.
I think the ending is a little confusing, and maybe there's a reason behind what the visual aspect of the alien is. Maybe it looks like a camera or some shit. I don't know. I don't know the insides of a camera, because that's what it kind of looks like to me. The intricacies of something.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what it is. Maybe I'm missing something. I'll sit here and say right now, 7.5 out of 10. I still enjoyed the movie for 80% of it. Just didn't love the 20% of seeing the alien the way it was.
I'm in the exact same. A 7.5. It's a good movie, worth seeing in the theaters.
I wonder what we gave us, because then that will definitely fuck us up by saying this is better than us. I'm assuming we probably gave us a better score than that.
Regardless of what the score was, I like this better than us.
Yes.
I like us. And I do think he's 3 for 3. I just was disappointed in this movie. Mm-hmm. Not to say that like it's not a good movie. It's just a good movie, but it just was not.
Okay, how about this? Even if it wasn't scarier, but the ending was a little more satisfying.
Yeah.
For whatever reason that is, I'm not going to describe what I think would have been satisfying because I don't know what would have been satisfying. But if they figured out a way to satisfy me as an audience member, or satisfy you as an audience member, do you think you would like the movie better? Not as scary, but the ending was satisfying for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like, I think it would have been a little more satisfying if you just simply had OJ.
No, it took Angel.
No, yeah. I don't mind Angel's living, but OJ is sacrificing himself and saying like he does that arrow point with his fucking sister.
Yeah,
and goes, "I'm taking off." And the alien looked different, obviously, because that would satisfy us more. Yeah. The alien looked different for whatever reason, and OJ sacrifices himself to save his sister.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a little more satisfying?
Yeah,
to you?
I think so. And then, because then when she kills it, it would be more of like, fucking...
Even then, her killing it was fucking...
That was crazy. I actually like that, though.
It just explodes?
But think about it, bro. If there's a balloon in your head and you fucking explodes in your head, that would kill you, I think.
Yeah, it had to be a big-ass balloon.
That's what I'm saying. It's a big-ass balloon, and it gets stuck in its windpipe, and then fucking, boom, just fucking explodes so big.
I don't like it that much. Also, then everyone's going to fucking know, right? You just go to the body.
Yeah, but the point is she got the picture. Like, that's the point. She got the shot, so she's going to be...
The body's there, bro. Everyone got a shot.
She got the first shot.
I guess.
When it was alive.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I just felt like if I was a little more satisfied in the end, I would say 9 out of 10. But because I was not as satisfied, I still like the movie, thought it was good. I had a great time while watching it. I think if you haven't watched it, you'll love it and you'll like it. I think you'll definitely have a good time with it. But... You might be in the same boat as Jake and I say it's a little bit underwhelming with the ending. Yeah,
I'm going to say 7.5 out of 10. Very underwhelming. But still a good movie. And I do think he's 3 for 3 with his movies. But
I gotta watch the next one he makes.
Yeah, I would definitely watch the next one. So that does it for our Nope review. Let us know down below or on Twitter, media_mixtape, what you guys thought. You agree, disagree? Have you seen the movie? If you haven't seen the movie, if you haven't seen the movie, hopefully you didn't listen to any of this and saw it first and came back. So definitely let us know down below or on Twitter if you guys want to follow us directly. I'm OBJack, OBWEJAC. You can follow Josh at.
Finally, this isn't confusing. You can follow me at Josh__G, 2 H and 2 E's. If that's too confusing for you, it's going to be right here in front of me on YouTube. If you're not watching on YouTube, guys, it's in the description wherever you're watching or listening.
Wherever you're watching or listening. That is going to do it for this week's Music and Movies episode. Back in the studio, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Peace.